Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in for the women's final of the BARFOOT Thompson PANMURE Open, and on court, just about to get underway, we have Abbie Palmer in the white top against LASH in the very bright shoes, and Sean Wiggin joining me now. Sean, we're expecting pretty much a hard-hitting and fairly full-on. There's not going to be too many long rallies, is there?
Well, that's one thing you get with Abbie all the time is very short rallies. And of course, Ella would want to try and keep the rallies go a bit longer. So it'll be interesting how they both handle this game.
Well, this is a long rally already to start. You can just see Abbie Palmer trying to dictate the play. Quite a long rally, and nicely put away in the end for Abbie Palmer. I think she won the, was it Waikato Open last week?
Yeah, she won Waikato Open, beating Emma Miller last week in the final, which was a very impressive win. She was very much in control, especially at the end stages of that game, which shows how much she has improved from last year.
Well, it's always difficult to beat Emma Miller in the Waikato, since that's her sort of territory as such. So a good victory there for Abbie. And she's the top seed next week as well for the BARFOOT Thompson Auckland Open at North Shore Club, where her name is littered on the wall. I don't know how many times as the club champion, and yours as well, actually.
Well, not as much as hers.
Yeah.
I think she was on there when she was like 13. So.
All right, so 3-all in the early stages here, and no one yet taking the real initiative, as you'd expect. Just see how Abbie Palmer plays this point. Good depth into the corner.
Yeah, that one thing I've been very impressed with Abbie the last few weeks is that her speed around the court has improved a lot from previously, which is why I think she can handle longer rallies, which she showed against Emma last week.
Do you think that has something to do with going up to Scotland with the New Zealand doubles team, where she was around that and having to train for that?
Well, I've seen her do a bit of training with Paul Hornsby at North Shore, so that would have definitely helped her a lot as well.
Just letting that one drop a little bit. It's not as cool as it was last night. It was certainly fairly cool, the ball not really going through that much, but today a little bit warmer.
Yeah, but it's still sort of dying at the back court. I've been pretty impressed with how Ellis started off this game. Some really good length to the back of the court, forcing a few mistakes from Abbie at the back of the court. You can see she's trying to dictate early in the rallies as well, trying to take it very early. Just a bit short on that occasion though, but did a good job for most of that rally.
Just slowing down the point, Abbie Palmer here. Just see her take the pace off there, whereas you had Ella LASH hitting it quite hard and Abbie just taking off the pace a little bit.
And because it's a little bit cooler on the court as well, it makes it very hard to get that length. So you got to really hit it very firm, otherwise it'll start landing short like it is some of these shots at the moment. Well played there from Abbie, nice and
good angle on that one, kept pretty low and just not enough bounce on it to give Ella LASH any chance. Not going to catch up to that one.
Abbie starting to dictate this game now. Starting to get a bit of a good lead there. Just maybe going a bit short too early now, Ella.
Oh, and there we go, the first game. And Abbie Palmer taking that out 11-6. So Abbie Palmer taking the first game, 11-6 in this, the BARFOOT Thompson PANMURE Open, the women's final. A more experienced player, although her rankings just dropped down a little bit. I think it's about 160 or thereabouts. LASH at 182. It'll be interesting to see how the rankings progress as we finish this tournament and next week in the BARFOOT Thompson Auckland Open. I'm sure that'll be a nice opportunity for both of them to improve their rankings again. Yeah, just a nice little dink there. She knew where she was and took her time with the shot.
Yeah, I would like to see Ella just maybe look for the hunt for the ball a little bit more. Just slow down a little bit at the end of that first game. Gave Abbie maybe a little bit too much time.
There's a fish in there.
On the surf.
It's very rare that you see much emotion on Abbie's face at all on the court.
No, if she shows some emotion, then you know it's a back. Then you know something's wrong with the call.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's usually just, I wouldn't say racing to the other side just out the point, but she's moving quickly to the other side. She doesn't muck around.
Well, she's doing that at the moment. Quick 4-2.
She did get it.
Got to admire the way that Abbie's hitting her boast at the moment as well. It's not just a defensive shot, but she's using it very well as a attacking shot as she did in that previous point. Saw that done very well last week in the Waikato Open. She's clearly backing it up here as well.
That's a good shot. Straight off the body and able to hit it on the full for a winner.
Few good points there from Ella. It's starting to move Abbie around a little bit more now.
And for someone like Ella, she's looking towards the World Juniors, and they're in France, which is a great place to go for the World Juniors, and that's later on this year.
Be very interesting to know how many of the juniors can actually speak French though.
Yeah, what a great place to go for the tournament.
Surely when they're recovering in one of their group sessions closer to the games, they're actually practicing their French as well, getting some tutoring from someone.
Yeah, exactly. Great location. Yeah, good play. Just chipping it off her toes and into a good position here again to make it 2-love. Better depth by both players. Beautiful
shot there. Held the ball very nicely there, and nice drive to the back of the court there.
I think that Ella LASH was having to run so far forward that she kept her balance. She could, sometimes when you're running that fast to get to the ball, it's hard to keep your balance and play the shot.
Oh, that's beautiful. Gets the ball straight into the body.
So just 1 point behind. A nice little comeback for LASH.
That's a beautiful shot, starting to dictate the point again. You notice every time she's taking the ball early, she's dictating the point really well. So big point here, 9-all. Beautiful.
So that's about 4 or 5 in a row where she has, as you said, dictated the point, or at least Being able to come out with a winner.
And now she has game ball. Yeah, probably not the right option there with that boast.
Yeah.
Probably good to just push it to the back of the court.
Well, it was quite an early boast down the court, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Abbie read it pretty well. So. That's better. That's a better use of the boast on that occasion. And she's got it again and brings out the big fist pump as well. So very good comeback there from Ella after being 9-5 down.
And makes it one game apiece in this, the Barfoot and Thompson PANMURE Open. So, as you just heard there from the officials, it is one game all. The first game 11-6 to Abbie Palmer, the second game 12-10 to Ella LASH, the 16-year-old. And certainly Sean Wigan, a very good effort in that second game for Ella LASH.
Yeah, you can see she's starting to pick the pace up a bit, as you saw in that first point. Took that drive very early.
Nice play. Now, Sean, it wasn't so long ago, but I think it was you with me for the Junior Nationals final, and we had Ella LASH was beaten in 5 games in the final by Sophie Hodges. She had a 2-game-to-love lead. I know that you're around the tournament. I can't remember if it was you and I for that.
No, we did the boys' final.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But Ella LASH did have 2-games-to-love lead against Sophie Hodges and lost from there. Speaking to her father about it, she said it took a little while to just get over it, but sometimes you learn a lot from those losses.
Yeah, well, I think we've all had those experiences where we've been in winning positions before, and we've been in positions where we've been in losing positions like that. So it's always going to be a learning experience both ways, whether you win or lose.
I wouldn't say it's okay, but it's something that you can use in theory for the future.
Well, again, that's probably where you learn the most. I know I've had situations where I've been up 2-love, had match ball, and there's certainly different ways you can get taught.
Yeah.
But I think that the only way you can do is learn from that experience and make sure you don't make those sort of mistakes again in those situations.
Nice, works out quite nicely on that one, with a good angle from that post. And Abbie Palmer with a better lead now in this, the third. She can feel a little bit more comfortable, although very aware that she let the lead drop last time.
Abbie's using the lob a lot better in this game, starting to slow it down, which she needs to. Like Ella, probably out of the two prefers the much faster pace. But Abbie certainly will want to try and slow it down as much as she can. So that's a much better option there, and now she's starting to force Ella into mistakes.
One of the things that is good for Ella that was certainly noticed, and it's just a maturity thing, that she has got a bit physically stronger. It's not helping in this rally at the moment, in this set, but she has got a bit stronger. She's relatively tall.
Well, you can see she's hunting the ball really well and staying balanced as well when she does take it early. So even the fast pace there, you know, she's getting right on top of it.
All right, so game ball to go up 2-1 here for Abbie Palmer, and maybe she just wants to say that second game was just a bit of a glitch. Just a few, I hesitate to say lazy shots there. So Abbie Palmer now 2 games to 1 up. just about to start game number 4. She won the first 11-6, dropped the second 10-12, and won the third. What was that, Sean? 11-2, I think it was. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah, 11-2.
I wrote it down, so it must be right. And don't forget, we do have the men's final coming up after this, well, from 2 p.m. And there will be Luamba Chilisi up against Temwa Chilisi. And it is Luamba who has a 3-2 lead in PSA Challenger tournaments. The last time they played was a 5-gamer, I believe, in France, where Temwa came out the and just racing out to a big lead here, Abbie Palmer. And another error there in Sean Wigan. It seems that second game win for LASH just may have taken a little bit of energy out of her.
Yeah, I think she does look a little bit more tired now on the court. I think she's making a few uncharacteristic mistakes that she wouldn't do. It just seems a little bit looser as well, so Abbie's taking full control of those shots.
Yeah, Abbie seems to, body language and as much of the facial expression that you can get, she seems to just feel in control.
Well, Abbie just has that poker face anyway, so you don't even know what she's...
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, that's several pretty big errors in this game. Just haven't quite had the body or the positional play.
But that's a lot of credit as well to how Abbie's just taking that time away from her opponents as well. You can see she is just once again dictating the points really well here, just taking the ball early, then using that boast really well, moving her opponent around. Then she's given enough time to hit that sort of shot there.
Yeah, that was just a point where she just kind of chilled during it, and like, I'm just doing okay on this point, I just controlled the pace.
And then she can casually watch her opponent run around the court.
Didn't quite pick that one up. So LASH gains one back, but still a long way to go.
Again, Abbie doing well to move Ella around there.
And just in that last shot, she just had the position. Everything was set up exactly for her to go wherever she wanted, really. So, a bit of a subdued way to get to match ball. Are we going to get a smile if Abbie wins this?
It'll just be another day in the office for Abbie.
So couldn't quite put it away there, and LASH just one more point back. See what she can do here on this one. The acknowledgement, and that is Abbie Palmer winning in 4 games. And that is 11-6, 12-10. Make that 11-6, 10-12, 11-2, and 11-3.